All right, welcome back to the C Morning Show. Now we are going to talk with Her Excellency Nana Yuliana, the Indonesian ambassador to Cuba, Bahamas, Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Jamaica, or known as Havana. Good morning, Ibu Nana. Hi.
Good morning, Ibu. How are you? Oh my goodness.
Good evening from Havana.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We can hear you, Ibu.
Thank you so much for joining us, Ibu. Now, we would like to, of course, we would like to know what Ramadan is like in Havana, Cuba. But when we start our conversation going, you usually have this quiz that is called I Love Indonesia quiz. So we have 5 questions for you. Please give the correct answer, hopefully, to these questions. What is the first one?
Okay, Ibu, are you ready? You can hear us, you can see us. Okay. First question. What is the name of Central Java's unique traditional house?
I believe it's Joglo, isn't it?
That's right. Rumah Joglo.
10 points for Ibu Nana.
We got that manual sound effect. All right, next up.
Yes, next up. The second question, Ibu. You ready? So this is a dance, a traditional dance from Indonesia. But from which region is this particular traditional dance? It's the kecak dance.
Oh, I think everyone knows about this one. Is from Bali?
Correct.
That's right. That's right, Ibu, from Bali. Okay. Next, we got. Okay, that's tari
This is
kecak.
the kecak dance.
For our friends abroad, take a look. That's kecak.
Kecak.
In Uluwatu, usually, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Next question. What is the name of the bridge that spans over the Musi River in Palembang?
I know this one. Must be Musi Bridge.
Musi Bridge?
Unfortunately, it's the Ampera Bridge.
Ampera, Ibu.
Yes. So still 20 points for
Okay.
Bunana. That's all right. We still have 2 more questions, Bunana. So whenever... Yes. So the first question, Ibu, what do we celebrate every year on October the 28th?
28th October is a youth pledge.
Yes, that's correct.
Right.
Youth pledge. Correct? Okay.
Yay.
That's awesome. Or we call it Sumpah Pemuda Day.
That's right. Okay, one last question, Ibu, which makes this 30 points, right? 40 points. If
30
she gets
points.
this one
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Okay.
yes.
What is the name of a lake located in North Sumatra?
Huge.
Huge lake.
This is interesting place also. It's a Toba Lake.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right, Ibu. Wow.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Ibu. You got 40 points. Excellent.
Excellent.
Other than the 40 points, Ibu, we have also several questions because you were sworn in as the ambassador, the Indonesian ambassador working in Havana in Cuba in December 2020, right, Ibu? So you're also the first woman who have taken this position in Havana. So what does this mean to you? How significant is this decision to the relations between Indonesia and Cuba?
Well, of course, as the first woman ambassador in Havana, Cuba, it is an honor, and also it is a very, what do you call it, very honor to represent Indonesia. And you know that Indonesian diplomats, women diplomats is also given a chance to perform. And diplomacy is really dominated by male, female diplomats, and also having a lot of performance abroad, and also in multilateral organization, including also bilateral relationship. I'm very proud also that the Minister of Foreign Affairs is a lady. So now the opportunity for the women to be diplomats are open wide.
That's excellent,
Okay.
Ibu.
Wow. Excellent, Ibu. Looking through those videos that was just shown, it looks really pretty, but as we know, everyone's dealing with COVID-19. Can you tell us, we're curious about the COVID-19 situation in Havana itself. Can you update us on that?
Oh yes, I think not only in Cuba, but also COVID-19 affect to a lot of countries. In Cuba itself, because we have only 11.3 million people in Cuba, so far Cuba is very strict in implementing the protocol of health.
Ibu Nana?
Hello, Ibu. I think we're having audio difficulties from Bunana.
At the moment.
Hello?
And also the government of Cuba really restrict the international flights to come in because they don't want to have imported cases from abroad.
Yeah.
And also Cuba produce vaccine by themselves. And so far,
Hello, Ibu Nana? Unfortunately, we can't hear you at the moment.
from home, not so many people, not so many tourists coming in compared than previous before of the pandemic COVID.
Right. Hopefully we're the ones who are just having a little technical difficulties here, and our audience can still hear what you were sharing, because us in the studio, we sometimes can hear you, but sometimes we lost your voice, Ibu Nana. Yes, speaking of Ramadan in Havana or in Cuba, Islam is a growing religion in Cuba. So, for example, Newsweek in 2016 writes that there were as many as 9,000 Muslims. While they represent a tiny segment of Cuba's 11.3 million population, it is a significant increase from roughly a dozen in the early 1990s. So that was 5 years ago. What about now in 2021? How big or probably small the Muslim population there in Havana or in Cuba as a whole?
The Muslim in Cuba is growing compared to the previous years. At the moment, approximately there are 10,000 Muslim people, and a majority of Muslims live in Havana. Fortunately, we have one mosque in Havana. They call it Mosque Abdallah. This mosque is launched in 2015. And this mosque is used to be a museum of cars, but in 2015, the government of Cuba give this mosque for the Muslim people to do the worship, and also during this time, because of the pandemic COVID, it is not open yet for the people to pray during Ramadan. So this is the situation for Muslims in Cuba at the moment.
Right. So we imagine that there will no. Sorry.
There won't be a big celebration.
There won't be a big celebration. Thank you. Yes. There won't be a big Ramadan celebration or Eid al-Fitr celebration in Havana then, Ibu?
No, I don't think so. Because of this COVID, so the mosques are restricted and are still closed for the Muslim to pray, including also for the Eid al-Fitr. So people will only celebrate Eid al-Fitr or Ramadan in their own home with the family. Because of this pandemic COVID, until now, the mosque is still closed. Yes.
Okay, so I think what I really liked about what you just said earlier as well is that places are built into mosques now from museums, right? So I think people are actually, wanting to have bigger mosques because the communities are bigger now.
Yeah,
But
growing. At
growing,
least.
yeah. But sadly, the celebration won't be as big because of COVID-19, which is the way to go, I guess, with what's happening in Cuba and also around the world. But Ibu, we want to ask from the studio, since we'll be having the usual, maybe ketupat, maybe a few lodong sayur, maybe,
Biji
right?
salak,
Yeah, a lot of
kolak,
exactly.
all the
opor.
Indonesian foods.
So what are you gonna have? What's the meal that you're gonna have over at Lebaran later on?
In the embassy, what we're gonna have,
Yeah.
we will do the celebration of IPA through virtual, and we are not sure yet because we still monitor the condition, and I hope if the COVID in these coming days getting less, then probably we will open house, but only for limited numbers. And of course, we have to implement the protocol of health by social distance. I'm sure it's not easy, but probably we will check all the body temperature and also using sanitizer when they come in our nation house, Indonesian residents.
Great.
All
Okay.
right.
Thank you so much for sharing, Ambassador Yuliana. That was Her Excellency, our Indonesian ambassador, who is
Presenting.
on duty in Havana, Cuba. Nana Yuliana, you stay safe and stay healthy, Ibu.
Thank you, Ibu.
Bye. Have a lovely evening. Have a good rest. Thank you
All right,
so
thank you, Ibu.
much.